Hey everyone, this is BlackhawkSC and welcome back to my channel. First off, I want to thank all of my viewers for taking this channel over the 2,000 subscriber mark. This is something that really unexpected when I started my channel a couple of years ago. At that time, I was just uploading gameplay videos, and after a while, I was like, you know what, I really need to just share some of the things I learned about this game with everyone out there. So hopefully these videos have been useful to you, or at least they've been entertaining. And remember, you can always tell me how I can make these videos better. For example, I know audio has been a persistent issue, so eventually I'll get a nice mic and fix it once and for all. So keep these comments coming and let me know what you think and what more do you want to see from this channel. Second, I know the pace of the videos have been a little bit slower these weeks, and that's simply due to some real life things that's been going on right now. I think in March or April things might pick up a bit, and I'm really excited about all the new changes to the game that's slated to come out this year. So stay subscribed to this channel as there's a ton of content in store for 2017. Well anyways, onto the subject of this video, which is the Kitfox hero mech, the Purifier. I think it's best to talk about the Kitfox in general, and then we can get a better understanding of what the hero variant brings to the table. I'll then demo a couple of builds which give my recommendations some context. And then at the end of the video, I'll give my overall opinion of the chassis. The Kitfox is a mech that was quite effective in the world of Battletech because of the amount of firepower it was able to bring for such a lightweight chassis. But because in MWO, light mechs end up having to face heavies and assaults in every single match, the top light mechs in this game combine considerable firepower with speed to avoid getting shot back. This makes speed the major drawback of the Kitfox. While it is able to carry a few more tons of weapons than its competitors of similar weight, its 104 Kph top speed and broad profile makes it an easy target for enemy pilots. Because it is so slow and has limited pod space, the mid and long range energy builds end up being the best choices on the Kitfox. The close range strike and fade playstyle that you see on many other light mechs doesn't work quite as well on the Kitfox because it's unable to get out of bad situations quickly. The range also makes it a little bit harder for enemies to hit you. The dual large pulse ECM build here is an example of what you could have done with the existing C-built omnipods. But here we see another problem. If you look at the ST omnipods for the Prime, C, D, and S, you can see here that there are no missile or energy hardpoints anywhere. The S torsos have a ballistic hardpoint on each, but the 30-tonner doesn't have the space to effectively use ballistics focus builds. This means that if you just have the C build Kitfoxes, you're mostly limited to putting weapons on the arms. Now when we look at the frontal view, you can see just how large those arms are. The non-ECM arms have 50 points of overall health, including the quirks and structure, and the ECM arm has just 30 points. Even with the armor bonus, it's not going to be able to take that many shots, and it also means that torso toasting can sometimes do more harm than good. The other thing about the arm-mounted weapons is how low-mounted they are, which means that you have to expose that big CT to get out your firepower. The release of the Purifier omnipods solves at least one of the issues by providing 4 high-mounted energy hardpoints. Not only does this mean that the weapons are positioned better, but it also means that they're less likely to be destroyed, since your arm should take some of the damage off your STs. Essentially what it's doing is improving on the existing optimal builds on the chassis by improving its survivability. The Purifier also provides a few more options like being able to run 6 SPLs, but that's a close range strike and fade type of build, which, as I mentioned earlier, doesn't go well with the Kitfox. In this video, I'm going to show you 2 of these upgraded builds. The first one moves the dual LPLs off the arms to the side torsos and is intended to operate at mid to long ranges. I chose to split the LPLs on both side torsos, but if you want to move them to a single side, that's also quite reasonable. With longer range mechs, you should always try to get into the fight as early as possible and stay at range. Normally in a long-range light mech, you also have the freedom to position anywhere on the map. However, that's really not the case with the Purifier. Because of its slow speed, it's difficult to get out of bad situations, and you need to be a little bit closer to your team than you would in other long-range lights. In fact, I'd say that fast, short-range enemy lights are your worst enemy, and the times that I died in the mid to long-range Kitfox builds, probably 2/3 of them are due to mechs like Locusts and Arctic Cheetahs. Therefore, if you get into these types of situations, don't spend too much time fighting them, and instead get back to your team. Since both your LPLs are high-mounted, you should also attempt to find ridges that you can peek over. And maps like Grim Plexus is full of those kinds of positions. Anyways, I'm not going to do a full demo of this build because, while it's not bad, it ranks below my favorite build for the Purifier. This is mainly due to the fact that with only 2 LPLs, it does take a while to get out a substantial amount of damage to influence the match. Plus, as I mentioned, staying at long range for extended periods of time makes you quite vulnerable. So it doesn't do that long range snipey kind of game very well. This build, on the other hand, addresses the problems that I mentioned earlier, and that's why it's my recommended build. With 5 ERMLs, you're able to output quite a bit of damage relative to your weight. It keeps most of its firepower in the high mounts, but it also gives you a 5 ERML side peek option when you feel it's safe to do so. You may consider doing a 6 laser build by placing 2 lasers on the S left arm, which would improve your alpha strike. But I think that gets a little bit toasty, so I don't really like it as much. As a mid-range light, you really want to try to escort your team by playing a little bit off to the flanks. Try to stay out of direct lines of fire from the enemy team, and use the 4 high-mounted lasers anytime you're not confident that you can get the arm lasers out safely. The biggest mistakes that I make with this build, I think, is to either stray too far off from the team, or attempt to fire all 5 lasers when the top 4 would have been better. So let's see in this following match how the Purifier can perform. So in this match we're on HPG. HPG is a pretty good map for this build because it's pretty mid-rangey to short range, and it's also pretty cool. So it helps with heat dissipation, and heat is kind of a problem with this build. I do want to make a note that the double basics are not unlocked here. So once you have those the double basics unlocked, the cooling will get a little bit better. We don't want to push too far over at D7 because first of all, I think a lot of enemies have already gone out. Plus, we don't have support here. We don't have the support that we really need.
Airstrike online.
The Jaeger mech's not really paying attention to us.
Critical.
My recording's been kind of glitchy and just kind of jerky, so apologize for that.
New target acquired.
I don't know why that's been happening. So since the Highlander and really the other mechs haven't been really paying attention to us, we can get the 5 ERMLs out. If they're looking at us, we probably would not want to fully expose ourselves just to get the fifth laser out. We're just trying to change position here to see if we can use this ridge a little bit better.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Okay, that Hellbringer could be a problem. Let's see what we can do. I don't want to just directly face off against that Hellbringer over there.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. Target acquired.
I'm going to come and help out.
Target acquired.
Since we already know that Jaeger mech's damaged, so we feel a little bit more confident in facing him off. So looks like he already lost a couple of UX. So one more shot should do it.
Heat level critical.
The enemy has started to chip away at us. Stay frosty.
Heat level critical.
Yeah, there you go.
New target acquired.
Should be an XL. You wouldn't build quad UX5s well in XL engine, so
target acquired.
Again, we're playing off a little bit to the flanks. We know the team is close to us, so we're okay. We're not taking too big of a risk trying to bake these flanks here. Saw that the Kodiak's side torso was a little bit weak, so I was able to take it off.
Target destroyed. Heat level critical. Heat level critical. Airstrike online. Heat level critical. New target acquired. Heat level critical. New target
I
acquired.
don't know. These
Heat level
recordings are.
critical.
I need to fix the.
New
Find out what's
target
causing the
acquired.
jerkiness in my video.
Heat level critical. New target acquired.
Yeah, we don't want to. We want to try to help this guy, but at the same time, like, okay, we took it off
Target
his leg,
destroyed.
but we don't want to
New
engage
target
them
acquired.
1v1, and it was a 2v1 situation there, so we don't want to really do 2v2 either. In case, you know, the cataphract dies, then we'd be toast.
Heat level critical.
I think that torso was almost gone. That's why I took it off.
Heat level critical.
And usually, oh
New target acquired.
yeah, never mind. I was gonna say something.
The jaws of defeat are closing in around us.
So our 8-9 is pretty close match.
Target acquired.
So much structure. I wonder if, you know, I'm having some.
Target destroyed.
I wonder if I'm having some hit reg issues here. Because I think that some of those shots should have done more damage.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Fresh Arctic cheetah. How did he stay fresh all this time? We're trying to aim for the legs on the cheetah here.
Right leg critical damage.
And our leg's getting busted, so we need to be very careful. I don't want to focus too much on the cheetah. I want to try to help my teammate here with this Highlander. It's usually easier. It's usually easier to take out larger targets than smaller targets in this type of build.
Target destroyed. Left leg
And now we have to deal with this cheetah.
Right leg destroyed.
He jumped down. Do you have any weapons left?
Yeah. Get his legs. I think one of his legs was weak.
Affirmative.
Right torso critical damage.
Now, would I recommend the Purifier, which costs $10 right now in the MWO store? The answer depends on whether you already have the Kitfoxes in your stable. If you do, then the answer is yes, because I think it adds so much to the performance of the chassis. Having useful side torsos really makes such a difference that I think if you want to rescue your investment into the chassis, you should go out and buy it. On the other hand, if you don't already have the Kitfoxes, having the Purifier still does not bring the chassis into the top tier of the light mechs. So personally, I would not go out of my way to get it. If you do decide to purchase the Purifier though, do remember that you have just one set of hero omnipods, which means that unless you buy multiple heroes, you can't do multiple builds that require the omnipods. I know a lot of people hate it, but if it wasn't that way, clan heroes would potentially be a lot more valuable than IS heroes or clan battlemech heroes. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my assessment of the Kitfox Purifier. If you liked it, thumb it up. If you disagree at all, just tell me why in the comment section below. Please make sure to subscribe for more MWO videos, and I will see you next time. And bye for now.